everyone. Welcome to Mau Mau Arts TV Season 2, where we showcase and feature various personalities and key spaces. We are glad you're here to join us, and please subscribe. Welcome.
Welcome to Mau Mau Arts TV episode 17. On today's episode, we have a guest with a unique story that not only inspires but mirrors questions on social justice. With no further ado, let us welcome Sergeant David Gitau.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here at Mau Mau Arts.
Can you kindly tell us more about yourself? Who are you?
My name is David Gitau. I'm 73 years old. I joined Kenya Air Force on 29th March 1973 as an airman. After attending a military training, basic military training at Armed Forces Training College, Lanet, Nakuru, I came back to Kenya Air Force 3. I was trained as a vehicle mechanic at Kenya Army Electrical and Mechanical Engineering at Kahawa Barracks, and ground training squadron at Kenya Air Force Lee. In 1975, I obtained a vehicle mechanic grade 1. I later attended an aeronautical ground equipment course, which was organized by United States Air Force Technical Field Assistant Team, which came from USA to Nanyuki. And after completing my training, I obtained a 3-skill level certificate. That was the time when we had shift awards at Northeastern. I used to be called there to repair ground equipment like flasher beacons, which are used on the runway lights, and fuel pumps for refueling aircraft whenever they land there. Due to my effort and good work, I obtained a medal during the President Jomo Kenyatta's reign, and 2 other medals during President Moi's reign. And I continued, and I was promoted to a corporal and was put in charge of the workshop where we had mechanics. I used to supervise the mechanics when they are working. After working, I used to test the vehicles, and then I was later promoted to a rank of a sergeant, and I was made in charge of the tools and equipment in the workshop, and I also acted as a link between the junior officers and senior officers. Whenever the junior officers wanted something, they have to come through me, and then I pass the information to the senior officers.
And in the year 1982, during the coup d'etat, can you kindly tell us where you were or what you were doing at the time? Okay,
during the 1st August 1982, I was sleeping in my married quarters at Kenya Air Force Lee, and I was awakened by a sound of gunshots and an air raid alarm. You know, when you get an air raid alarm, things are not usually good. I did not go back to sleep or went to the bed. I just woke up, put on my uniform, went out to see what was happening. When I got outside, I saw all the servicemen who were going towards the armory. I joined them, but before I could enter the gate of the armory, I was confronted by a group of soldiers with wearing combat gear. and they forced me at a gunpoint to enter a Land Rover which was parked there, and drove it. I drove the Land Rover up to the main guard room. At the gate of the main guard room, they alighted, and since I didn't know what was happening, I also alighted and went back to the warrant officer and sergeant's mess in order to get somebody who could tell me what was happening. It was when I was at the sergeant's mess that I heard from the radio Leonard Mambo Botera saying in Kiswahili, serikali ni ile ile tu. Wale watu walikuwa wanataka kupindua serikali ni vijana wadogo wa Kenya Air Force na wameshikwa na wamefungwa. And we thought everything is okay. And we stayed in the mess, waiting for a station duty officer to come and tell us, or a commanding officer to come and tell us what to do next. But these people, they never came. So we stayed in the mess. But about 4 p.m., we were surrounded by a group of so many soldiers from Kenya Army. They came and surrounded us. They took everything which we had, including money, even the watches. Even I had a wedding ring. They took my wedding ring. They started beating us. Then later, the prison trucks came, and we were all told to go inside the truck, and we were being whipped as we entered the trucks. We were transported to Community Maximum Prison, where again we met a group of army wardens in 2 lines. They had clubs. They were beating us as we passed through them, and we were kept in the hall. We stayed for 2 days without food or drink. And then on the 3rd day, we were given porridge, and they started screening us. After screening, we were taken to Naivasha Maximum Prison, where we are now interrogated there. The interrogation was very tough because the interrogators wanted us to write that we are guilty and sign a statement that we are guilty. But we refused. Some of us refused. After you have refused and they wanted something from you, they could keep you in a waterlogged cell for 2 or 3 days. And every day they could come and pour a bucket of water to the cell until you fall down. When you fall down is when they remove you from the cell, and they started giving you first aid, giving you porridge with a spoon until you recover, and putting you in the sunshine. Block G block, where now is where the criminals were staying there. Those people who had very serious cases, for example, murder, robbery, violence, we were mixed there. I don't know why they did that. Then after that, we were released. When we were released, we were taken to Kahawa Barracks. We were told to look for some clothes to wear. There was a heap of clothes there, civilian clothes. You could wear any clothes that could fit you. And we were told to board a truck. I was dropped at a railway station and given 20 shillings to go to my home. Since I didn't know where my family was, there's a sister of my wife who was working at the KNTC. I went there to check whether she was there so that she can tell me where my family was. When my sister-in-law saw me, she fainted. When she fainted, she had to be helped by her fellow workers. And when she recovered, they had an impromptu harabe there. Some donated some money, and I was taken at a clothing shop. They bought me some clothes, and then they took me to where my family was. When she took me there, when my children saw me, it was 8 months. When they saw me, they could not recognize me, and they started fearing, seeing a man with beards. So they were traumatized for about 2 weeks. Until I started looking for kibaruas here and there. And I used to go and when I get a kibarua, I buy bread, sweets. So they started seeing that I'm their father now. And we stayed there. When we were released from prison, we are not allowed to go back to our station to collect our personal belongings, which included our academic certificates and another personal items. So everything was left there. We were never allowed to go back and collect them. We were not even taken back there to clear as what is required in law, because when you leave the service, you have to go and clear. You have to undergo a medical test, because when you are enlisted in any of the armed forces, you are to be checked whether you are medically fit. The same thing, when you are leaving the service, after clearing, you still have to undergo a medical test, so that you have been released and been in good health. So all that was not done.
Okay, guys, we will take a short break, but we will be back with more.
What's up, guys? Robert Monoku here. I'm the founder and director of Arts Collective Mau Mau Arts. I would like to talk to you about my father's book and one of our very own publications, Wounded in Friendly Fire. Because this story is about my dad's experiences from the run-up into joining the military, all the way to being in the army, being transferred into the Air Force, and the very eventful 1982 attempted coup d'etat where he was falsely accused. So I urge you to get a copy of Wounded in Friendly Fire. It's only 1,500 shillings or $10. So please do get a copy. This book actually inspired our short film Taifa Tukufu, which is based on the book, and it also inspired our comic strip Taifa Tukufu Operations, which is fiction but nonetheless based on actual events that occurred during that time in Kenya's history. So do grab your copy of Wounded in Friendly Fire, and please do let me know what you think. You could share your feedback through our email address or our social media pages.
The second part of our story, it has been a moving story of ex-Sergeant David Gitau, and in this second part, he'll be trying to tell us how he tried seeking justice that is still pending.
Okay.
So
I was never charged or taken to any court of law or given a chance to defend myself.
Okay.
So on 2012, I filed petition in the High Court of Kenya, where each and every petitioner, I and the other petitioners. In fact, we are 39 petitioners, but 9 of them have already passed on. We filed petition in the High Court of Kenya, where each and every petitioner was supposed to start on the dock. We were cross-examined by the counsel from the Attorney General and the Special State Counsel from the Ministry of Defense. And after a long court battles, we were awarded different awards by different judges on diverse dates between 2012 and 2015. We also applied and got a certificate of decree, certificate of taxation, which the Attorney General participated, and an order against the government to pay. Our lawyers had written several demand letters to the Office of the Attorney General and copied to the Ministry of Defense, which remained unanswered for several years. As the judgment debt was not settled, we started processing judicial review process in order to compare the account officer, who is the Principal Secretary, Ministry of Defense, to pay the decreed amount.
Which year was that?
It was 2016.
Before 2012, you had not tried to go to court?
I said in 2012, this is the time we filed petition in the High Court. And after long court battles, we awarded different awards by different judges because we were filed petitions on diverse dates between 2012 and 2015. You know, the committees have got also legal officers in them.
Yeah.
So they are still trying to pursue. And about that, the cases in court are not active. The last time when CS was called, he said that he has the right to protect the public fund and everybody has a right to be heard. So the appeals were heard by the Court of Appeal judges and they were dismissed. So in the report of the Senate committee, the Senate recommended that the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Defense, should pay the decreed amount plus interest from the date of judgment until payment is made in full.
Now, which year is that?
It was 2020. So, and they were told to communicate to us of what they have done within 3 months. In fact, they were given 2 months to compensate and give a report to the Senate within 3 months of what they have done. So we waited for a report, because they were supposed to communicate to us. They never communicated. So later on, through the crack of the National Assembly, we requested whether we can be put in the budget, 2021-2022 supplementary budget. On 2021, the Speaker of the National Assembly, having read our petition, ordered the Committee of Budget to include us in the budget, in supplementary budget, 2021-2022 supplementary budget. After investigating and seeing that we don't have any pending issue in any court of law. So the matter was referred to the Committee of Budget, and they were told also to communicate to us. That has never happened up to today.
Till date.
Yeah.
And do you have records of the constant
You
communication?
have each and every record. Even the affidavit that was signed was sworn by the PS that he has factored the amount in the budget. I have got it here. And recommendation by the Special State Council who was presenting, I've got it here. If the PS have said that he has factored the decreed amount in the budget and the Parliament has not approved, and that was echoed by the Special City Council presenting him, why did he have to go and now and say that he wants to appeal? While he has already agreed that he has factored the amount in the budget. What was the use of appealing out of time?
Okay. In your view, what do you think should be done regarding pending cases or pending compensation cases?
What I think is that the government of Kenya should obey court orders, as what they said. They said that the government which we have at the moment, they said that they will be obeying the court orders. And those are court orders. During the government which is there at the moment, they say that they will be obeying the court orders. And they say that you'll be paying court awards within 60 days. These are cases which have stayed for more than 10 years.
Yes.
And as a result of that, I've told you that I'm 73 years old.
Yes.
There are others who are older than me. In fact, out of that 9 petitioners, we have lost 9 petitioners due to illness, lack of medical fee, and the government is still having our money. And those who did those who did all this to us, they are enjoying their pension. Whenever they are sick, they have got medical facilities, but we have not.
If you were to talk to the President of Kenya right now, what would you tell him?
Yeah, I would tell him to do as they promised. They promised that they will be obeying court orders. These are court orders. In fact, we have several court orders. We have got an order against the government. We have got an order of mandamus. We have got the order of Committee of National Security, Defense and International Relations. We have a speaker's order ordering the budget committee to factor in the budget. Those are 4 orders. Through my lawyer, Bogo Muredi. My lawyer's number 0722 527 229.
Thank you for watching Mau Arts TV. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. Till next time, bye-bye.